Welcome to this series where we are building up a transport empire and transport fever 2. In the previous video we gained access to steam trucks, which represents the beginning of the transition away from the horse-drawn society. We're not quite there yet because we've still got some horse-drawn coaches in our cities, but we're not far away, because if you look at the bottom right hand side you can see I've stopped the date on June the 29th 1899, and what I want to do in this video is roll that date forward to 1900, and then we're going to stop it again because around 1900 we will get a whole series of new vehicles which I really want to integrate into the transport networks before we get to 1920, because of the mod I'm using. 1920 will mean that large cities like Wooler here and in Normanton will then start to gain a requirement for an extra resource. Now that resource is random, so we don't know what it is, but I want to start preparing for that because I think that's quite important with the transition to 1900. And I think probably the best thing to do is if we come down here, and I'm just going to let this run forward at half speed so that I can talk about other things as well. And what I really want to do is build this central area here as a transport hub and production area. So we will be using the new factories here. Now, one tip I do recommend is be very careful when you've got this open that you don't do this, because if you've got the money you can build these almost anywhere at random and you can't delete them. So there's a bit of a tip there. First step in the process of making this into a transport hub is that I really want to push up the tool production in Normanton. You can see here we're not getting anywhere near the tools because at the moment the entire tool production running from here has been driven by the waste coming into here. And we are getting a reasonable amount of waste coming into here, but it's still never going to be anywhere near powerful enough to, you know, fulfill the requirements of that. So what I want to do is get a tool factory going, and what I want to do is take advantage of the forest here and the sawmill here. The other thing I also want to show is something I did after the end of the previous video, is I thought I would start to see if I could get this working. We are actually getting a little bit of mail to be delivered. I don't know if this truck will pick it up. Yes. So we are actually getting some mail working. Now, I'm not exactly too sure how the mechanic works. I've put this in here, and it seems that you need to have this covering a certain area to do the pickups and deliveries. I mean, if you know better, feel free to chuck it in the comments. I don't think this is going to be a major element of the game, but it's quite a fun element to play through, and I think it's going to get more and more important as these cities grow and we get into the modern age. So I think that's going to be something for the long term. The other thing also I'll just show you here is my materials factory, which I set up in the previous video, is going absolutely full steam at the moment. It keeps filling up. Now I'm not too worried about that because I'm half hoping that when 1920 rolls over, Wooler will demand materials, and then we can feed more materials into this area here. But I think I've rambled on long enough. What I need to do now is start getting in this area here. And what I want to do is we're going to put a road up here. And what I want is, no, what I want to do is cook the, no, maybe if I come this side, I think that might be the better option. And I just want to keep these connected. This will make sense, I promise. And what we're going to do is come to a station here. I want at least 2 platform station. I want this to be 240, and it better be a goods truck. And what I want to do is push this back probably about as far as I can get it, like this, because what we're going to have to do is go over that line there, and hopefully I'll be able to get this road up. And we're just going to put a road across the top like this. Hopefully you're not going to take this out and just connect you up to there. I just want to check that that will connect to that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a tool factory here, and I'm going to use the vanilla tool factory because the The other one is steel. And what we're going to do is just put a tool factory in here. There you go. So you're going to be very careful placing these, because if you, once you've placed it, you can't demolish it. I'm just going to put that there, and as I say, close that menu very quickly. And then what I want to do is connect that, become like that. You're kidding me. Okay. Maybe if we bring the road out like this, it's a bit better. And then we'll just put you about there, and then hook you into there like that. What I want is this to be able to service both of these areas here. Probably going to have to move this road, and the reason I've pushed the station right back here, because we're going to have to try and get over this line and go down to the sawmill here. And I think what we're going to do is just, right, so let's build a road down here. Actually, we may need to have a line coming through here, so maybe we need a road on the other side, like that. And then again, this time I'm going to go for a, see if we can get low, so we can get this pointing in the general direction of where I want it to go. And the idea is we're going to connect this station with this station with a train that's just going to run backwards and forwards carrying logs, and then we'll take another line out of here to connect to here, which will then run the tools down into Normanton. Probably going to be we'll take this road away for the moment. We're not using it. Oh, and here comes the vehicles for 1900. You can see we've gained a bus. I'm pretty sure that's an oil ship, and I think it's a large one. But more importantly, now you can see we've now got a boxcar gondola, a 6-axle passenger car. Oops, they've all gone. Okay. Right, let me just stop the date going forward. I want to stay in this period for a little while, and we'll just have a quick look at what we've got. If I can find a train station. Here we are. Cancel that. I don't want to delete this. So if we come in here now, you will see, we'll do the passenger line first. We've now got this 6-axle passenger car, which is capable of 110 kilometers an hour and carrying 20 people. I'm not sure how much I'm going to use this at the moment. That might be something going forward. You can see this will now be with us until 1965. More importantly, now you can see we've got a boxcar that carries 12 as opposed to 7, and also these now travel at 80 kilometers an hour. And you think that we've had fast trains for a little while, but with respect to goods watch lines, the trains haven't really been able to go more than, what, can't forget what it is already. Let's come into here. Haven't been able to go more than 50 kilometers an hour. So now we've got the higher speed boxcars, we can now start using the trains to get a bit more speed. And of course that's going to take a little while to upgrade, but there's one line I do really want to upgrade almost immediately if I can find it. I've just map got rotated. I want to come down here because I mean Pontefract and, well, the maps had this bug before. If we look at Dawlish here, Dawlish could still do with a little bit more production, and this factory isn't exactly leveling up that quickly. And of course, more importantly, this may be supplying fuel to this entire area here. And so what I want to do is we'll just hook this train here. I'm just going to manage the vehicle, and I think we're just going to click here. We're going to replace both of them. At the moment we're running a forward class 56, which is this one, which is only 60 kilometers an hour. So, but what I would like to do is, I don't think we need that. I think we'll just go to the mogul, and then what we're going to do is cargo. Can't remember how long the actual platforms are here. Oh, never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think maybe we'll just put 12 on here for the moment. So that's 144 capacity, and we'll replace both of them. Let's have a look, see. I've got a feeling I've just made a slight mistake, but we can always upgrade the trains later on. Just jazz him into the station and see what he looks like. I've got a feeling these are 240s platforms, but then again we can always extend them. Yeah, these are definitely 240s, but I think for the moment that's going to be more than adequate for what I'm doing. But let's get back up to here and see if we can get these lines in. These lines are going to be a little bit tricky, and so what we're going to do is back. I'm going to come out. What I want to do is come out pretty straight like that from a distance. What I want to do is put a crossover here. I mean, would I ever need multiple trains running down to here? I don't think so. And we can probably only going to need one train running into... Well, I think we can do this line first. I'm going to split off you off like that. I'm just going to keep curving you round like that. And it's going to come in very close to that junction there. I don't like that. We're just going to have to try and make this a little bit sharper. It means we'll lose speed, but I think we stay above 90 we'll be okay, because this is going to be a goods line. What I want to do is come in here but leave enough space here for a train to be between these two junctions so that they don't get caught. Bring you out here. Yeah, this ship is very poor. I'm just going to run you up here and just run you into that line there. Kind of. What we're going to do is take away that signal there and put in the downlight signal there and the upline signal there, and take away, whoops, take away that one, and then we'll have the upline signal here and the downlight signal there. And what that means is that will create a gap here for trains that want to come across this section here, and that should be long enough for a long train. Silly question, isn't it? And then what we're going to do is get back to track here. No, actually, just cancel that. Let's just, now that's going to run up. I'm just going to run through here. Actually, just delete the road. Don't really need a road here, because this is all going to be connected by trains. And again, we're going to put a crossover here, like that. So what I'm looking, this is going to run actually straight in here, so we're about crossing about here. And this is going to be a bit tight. Right, so pull away and press the full stop. Cancel. Just want an arch over here. Let's have a quick look. No, let's just come back. That's coming up there, that's coming through there. So if we go across about here, and then comma to drop it down. Oops, don't want to go underground. Up. We run straight at that. Yeah, I think that will work. And then we're gonna drop move that over a little bit like that, and then we'll run this straight down onto this. Wow, that cutting. Haha. A bit reminiscent of some of the cuttings I made when I was doing the missions, but we got the cash for it, and the flatter the line the better. So we've now got this here, and we'll sort the road out once we got the line set up. And the idea is we're going to have a train that's going to run from here to here, back again. That's all it's going to do. I'll call you train cargo fuller logs and planks. And then we'll get a second line that's going to start here, then run all the way down into here. And train cargo, we'll call you or lantern tools. Let's just get the first train running. Now in theory, because I've got this link here, I should be able to get a train from here. Again, steam. I think we'll stick with the mogul. And cargo. I think the flat car here can do logs and planks. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 15. No, I think we'll stick with 161 by one of you, and I'm not going to remember which one it is now. Right, we're going to assign you to Wooler logs and planks, and then we're going to get another mogul here. Nope, stop. That, and then we're going to get what do I need here, and we need a boxcar to move this down. Now I don't think I'm going to need that many boxcars. 2, 3, 4. I think if we ship about 84 per cycle, that should be enough. And then we're going to assign you to what was it called? It was Normanton Tools, that's it there. Now the downside is I've now got this area here. I think I need to put signals here. And I think what I'll do is I'll just signal that like that. So watch for any signals here. Certainly want a signal there, a signal there. And we need a signal there and a signal there. So this breaks this up into sections so the trains will keep going. So we've already got logs here, so we better connect this road up. And we could be nasty and just do this like that. Ha. So any private individuals who want to get between Hornsey and Wooler will have to go the long way round. So we've got this line running up and down here. I mean, how are we doing for fuel here? I mean, we could up the production here by using the new trains. And let's just have a quick look and see what speeds this train's actually getting to. And I think this is something you do need to consider when you are upgrading this. Oh look, we got our first cars. So we're getting up to... So we're not really getting above 50 kilometers an hour here. And we pull into here, 48, 49, 50. Yeah, so we're maxing out at 50. So I think we could probably improve that. Because I can't remember how big these stations are. How big are these stations? I can't remember how big they were when I built them. 160. So they're all. That's a 160. I know the one in the centre's a 240. And Hornsey. I mean, I could extend these, but part of me would like to replace this one, and I'd like to make a bit of a change here. Let me just see if I extend Leslie on C. I mean, this is technically... Can I actually extend this? Tracks. I mean, these lines don't actually work that well with the station. Maybe... Let's just go for it. Let's just have a quick check how big this station actually is now. Yeah, so that's made it into a 240 station, but of course these other tracks aren't really stopping here. It's only this one that's stopping. So I think we've got that line there. Just want to get this train out of this station here. And I'm just going to stop now because otherwise the game is going to complain. And we're going to lose all this oil here, but there's not much we can do about that. What I'm going to do is come here. And I'm just going to delete this. Yep, thank you, game. I know you're going to be upset. And then what we're going to do is, yeah. Wow, that's big. That is big, 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 big. And actually just angle that a little bit. Okay, sorry train. I think you're going to get a bit upset, but I'm not worried about that line too much either, so just take this out as well. In the way. What we're probably gonna have to do is sell this one. I mean, I'm gonna replace them anyway, so it's not like and then what we're gonna do is complete this road again. we're gonna come here, track, just run you to here, and keep that tiny little bit track there. Okay, I'm just going to put the crossover in like that. I'm going to run you up to there and start the game running again. Now it's going to take a little while for this station to build up, and we're a little bit painfully close to the residents here, and this is, of course, this is my headquarters. Looks like we've actually gone up a little bit in the world now. We've no longer got a shabby old shack. We've now got what looks a bit like a thing. So we're now 32. Okay. The oil's now building up, and we've now got this train here. And I'm just going to manage vehicles. I'm just going to select all of them. And what is this? This is the mogul. Actually, we can actually, I think we're going to replace them because I think this train's quite old anyway. So I don't think we need to go more than 75. And what we're going to do is have the cargo in here. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That gives me, let's go 17. It cost me 31 million. And what I have now is this train running in on this line. Of course, what we're going to put in is the signals here and here. I mean, it's going to take a little while for this to get back up to capacity. But of course, if we need extra oil, we can actually bring it in from over here. Which is partly why I've actually moved this station, because I want to have the option to be able to branch this line up round the top of the oil field here. We go out into this area. And of course, it also opens up the door for a high-speed passenger line that could run through right through to up here. So we've now got this working. A little bit guilty about these people. I think what we could do is we come here. I'll give them a little bit of compensation. We put let's build a road over there like that. That's not gonna let me. Okay. I'm just gonna. That's not possible. Was that not letting me? That's up there. Everybody up like that. That will mean that the trains will not obstruct the flow of the road traffic. And what we should get now is a lot more oil and that flowing into this area here. Let's have a quick look at our line statistics. See how things are going. Yeah. Small mountain materials, Pontefract, small mountain tools. Let's have a look at the train filter. Gaulish Circle, small mountain tools is losing money. Pontefract Circle. Yeah, so these are still losing a bit of money, but it's not a problem. I mean, Wooler Oil and Fuel is still making over $1 million, so that's pretty good. And I'm aware time is pushing on, so I think probably the last thing I want to do is we're just going to get up the line manager, go to vehicles, and I just want to have a look at, we got Dawlish Circle there, we got Bovey Circle. I don't know whether to replace these stagecoaches with trams or the buses. Let me just see. What's the pollution like with the buses? Where's the... There it is. So what have we got here? The pollution with the stagecoach is 61. This is 73. And if we come to the tram depot, wherever that is, where did I put it? Here it is. If we come to the tram depot, this is 71. So maybe I shouldn't be using the buses in the city. I should be moving more towards trams. One thing I am thinking about is, I say, I'm just trying a little bit of flow here. Maybe because we've got buses now. If we put a road across here, like that. And we put a terminal. Actually, if we put a, we got a terminal there, haven't we? If we put a terminal, it's right in the middle of Southend on Sea, and then wow, I'm actually losing 17 minutes. Where's all? Wow, I'm losing money. Why am I losing so much money? I think it's probably because of the money I've been spending. I mean, I think overall, let's just have a quick look at the finances. Yeah, it's probably all the, because I spent 32 million probably laying out that area there, so it's taken a little while for that to. And I think if we pick up a line there and run you down to here. We'll call you Lee to, oh, what is this? I think this is Southend, isn't it? So, yep. Oops. DB Lee to Southend. It's about to say that they could go down to Southend on Sea for a beach day out, but I don't think it actually works that way. And what we're going to do is we'll buy about 8 Mac diesels, and we're just going to you to, where is it? Lee to Southend. Just get this little route stirred up to get Southend growing, and eventually we'll just extend the rail line through here to connect it up. I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.